ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Competitive Edge Real Estate Report. This is a place that you can come for real estate information that you really can't get anywhere else. And today I am sharing some information about an amazing program for first-time home buyers to be able to get into homes. There are some prerequisites. We'll share that with you here in just a second. But I have an expert on this particular loan program. If you're in the Denver market, you definitely want to listen up about this program. This gentleman has actually been with the bank, First Bank, that is doing this program for the last 10 years. He's a graduate of Colorado State University. He graduated with a marketing degree, and he is the vice president of the Eastern Division for First Bank, and he is excited. I am excited about this program because we are changing the lives of people that have been renters, making them homeowners with an amazing program that, frankly, I've never seen anything that compares to it. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to Vice President of the Eastern Division for First Bank, Mr. Greg Shields. How you doing, sir?
Yeah, how you doing, Barry?
Hey, I'm doing great. It's great to have you here. And just really excited to be able to talk about the PATH program and what you guys have been able to do with this program. Really in a short period of time, you already had to replenish the funds in the program. Has been such a huge success. But if you want to just kind of share with us, what exactly is the PATH program and how does it work?
Yes, sir. Barry, first of all, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity, the platform to share this information. The PATH grant, it was something that we've been developing for years. So just hit the ground running last summer. Launched in June, timely with Juneteenth becoming a national holiday. But it was something that's been worked on for years by our executives and finally took off. The PATH grant is a first-time homebuyer grant, again, that Barry had alluded to. Up to $15,000 for individuals who self-identify as Black or African American. Again, do have to be first-time home buyers and are able to finish up a few prerequisites, including first-time home buyer course, and then obviously looking in the Denver metro area. But a program that's been well thought out, definitely well executed. And again, as you mentioned, we've run our second tranche of funds. So it is first come, first served. I do want to reiterate, it's not don't drag your feet. If you're looking to hop on this opportunity, definitely come and make sure you apply and speak with your real estate professional to ensure you are pre-qualified before looking. Yeah, first come, first serve. So come talk while you can.
All right. And with this program, I've had the benefit of using it. I was probably one of the first agents to be able to send some buyers through it. And right now, I think I have probably 3 or 4 other buyers that are in the process of using it. Some of them are under contract right now. But what I want to definitely reiterate is the fact that it is a grant and what that means for a buyer, because again, it's just rare that you see a bank that is offering a grant program. Can you just share, how much are they getting with the program and what does it mean grant versus silent second, for instance?
Yes, sir. So a grant, again, fully forgivable. So we're not expecting you to repay it. You're not paying any interest on it. It's a gift for your down payment. $15,000 goes a long way. I don't know how long it'd take me just to save $15,000. So to have that for your first time walking into that equity is huge. A grant, again, should be forgivable or shouldn't be something that you're charged to get. An equity share program, however, is one that you may not pay interest, or a silent second may not have a payments associated with that. But ultimately, you will have to pay it back, whether it be at refinance or sale, plus a portion of maybe it's the equity that or appreciation you've seen on the property. So equity share is a loan. A grant is a grant to where you don't have to pay that back.
Yeah, and that is awesome that First Bank is giving a grant, a gift of $15,000 to first-time home buyers, that associate with being Black or African American. And honestly, I look at this as there's been a lot of conversation around reparations, and I think of this from a standpoint of this is an opportunity. This is where First Bank said, you know what, we're gonna put our money where our mouth is, and we want to be a part of helping with reparations and restoring and revitalizing the African American community. And one of the things that, Greg, you know as well as I do, one of the easiest ways to help people to start build wealth is through home ownership and being able down the road to leverage their home to create wealth and open up different businesses through the leverage of the home that they live in. So I just have to commend First Bank. I've always been a fan of everything that you guys have been doing, and yet again, you've done something amazing with this program.
I would appreciate that, and like you said, it's thankfully this is not work that is new. We didn't just start this last year because it was, or a couple years ago because it was a fad. We've been working on this since, honestly, I've been with the bank, our multicultural banking center, not only for Black and African Americans, but Latinos and Latinx, and Asian community. We're out here for everybody. But this program is specifically for Black individuals because, as you mentioned, we are severely under our counterparts in home ownership. And it's further perpetuated in Denver, unfortunately, that we do have a big wealth gap. And home ownership, as you mentioned, is the key to this American dream, but it's also the key to building wealth and generational wealth. And we saw the importance of that. So people ask, why was it just the Black and African American community? It's because we need it. We're further behind than all of our counterparts. And this program is there's a lot of work to do, but this is a great start.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think it is one of those things where it helps, to give a leg up, not a handout, but a leg up, and reaching back to those that are, wanting to be homeowners and wanting to be able to start to leverage their home as wealth. This is the first step of being able to do that. And I know also, along with this program, that First Bank has been able to partner with, I think it's the Gary Community
Ventures.
Funding.
Yep, Gary Community Ventures. Yes, sir.
Yes. And they have an amazing program as well. So now, while this is not a grant, this is still funds that a first-time home buyer can use along with the PATH program. So I think it's genius that First Bank has said, you know what, we want to collaborate and make even a bigger impact in the community by being able to make sure that we can give first-time home buyers even more funds to be able to put down and use for closing costs. So can you share a little bit about the Gary Community Ventures and how that's working with First Bank?
Yes, sir. So as you had mentioned, it's this is not a grant. So this is a different program. We talked about PATH. This is called the Deerfield Fund in partnership with Gary Community Ventures. This is a fund that is going to be built to last and replenish with others' funds. You'll kind of hear about that more. But again, in partnership with the PATH grant, this is a $40,000 equity share. What an equity share, as I mentioned, is a loan. So you do have to pay that back. But this is a silent second where you have no payment associated with it during the time you have it, no interest that's paid during the time that you have it. So this is really good from a lending perspective because we don't have to apply a payment to it. So that doesn't affect your debt to income ratio. So you look at that and then you have to pay it back again as a loan, but you pay it back at either the time of sale or refinance. So it's up to $40,000 that you're able to access. And then if you were to use the full $40,000, for example, have a $300,000 home that depreciates over 5 years to $400,000. It may not be unrealistic in this market. $100,000 of appreciation, 5% of the appreciation is paid back to Gary Community Ventures plus the principal balance you borrowed. So in that example, $5,000 is what you pay on top of the $40,000. But you're not accounting for the appreciation you've seen in the property, not accounting for the principal balance that you've reduced. So that's a way of building equity. And then when you put that money back to the Deerfield Fund, someone else is able to take advantage. So a genius way of extending the dollar. And again, that's up to $40,000, but in conjunction with PATH, that's $55,000 for a first-time home buyer to access for down payment and closing costs. So it's an amazing program. Like you said, I've never seen nothing like it.
Yeah, and I love that again, that collaboration. So where you take 15 and you turn it into 55,000. And as a first-time home buyer, I mean, to have 55,000 that when you're writing a contract, I know as an agent, when you can put that on a contract, it is beneficial. It helps to get that buyer notice that they're putting a significant amount of money down on the property. And I love the idea of, again, this combined $55,000 that we were talking about. And in the scenario that you gave of someone making, 100,000 in equity and having to pay 5% back to Gary Community Ventures, and then the original 40,000. So that's 45,000 that they're paying back, but what they're left with is 55,000. So on one end of it, in the very beginning, they borrowed 55,000 to make 55,000. So again, it is truly unlike anything that I've seen. I've seen other grant programs. I've seen other silent second type of programs, but nothing like this, and definitely not anything where you're combining the two. So, once again, always, anytime I run into someone with First Bank, I'm always, just praising them and saying, hey, I appreciate what you guys are doing in the African-American community, because you are truly making a difference. And I just want to say that same thing to you, Greg, that, man, I appreciate it. I know that you're out there and you are getting this message out to as many people as you possibly can. And, again, I definitely appreciate everything that you guys do.
Appreciate it, Barry. Thank you for the kind words, man. And we thank you for all that you do in the community as well. Your veterans, I know you give back a lot of your own money to vets and former police officers. So thank you for your service and what you do for the community. But it is a blessing to work for a bank that is putting their money where their mouth is. And I'm able to help my community directly. So, again, thank you for the opportunity, man.
Absolutely. Well, and I appreciate having you here today and explaining that. Ladies and gentlemen, Greg's information will be at the end of the video. If you want to reach out to him, get a hold of him, I definitely suggest that, and learn more about this program for you, for family members, for people that are looking to become homeowners. Don't keep this a secret. This is an opportunity for so many that we've never seen before. So go out there and share this. And if you're in a position, use this for yourself. With that being said, I want to say thank you for joining us today. And we look forward to seeing you at the next Competitive Edge Real Estate Report. Have a great day.